let's talk a bit about you mentioned it there, the Explorers, the Psychedelic Weekend. Um, it's fascinating, right? It's on YouTube actually, if people want to check it out. And you say it's on Amazon Prime as
Yeah,
well.
Prime as well.
So like, for such, what I was thinking straight away with regards to yourself was, it's such a personal experience what these people are going through. These collective of people who are taking it. I think I was calling psilocybin. Is it psilocybin?
Psilocybin, yeah.
Psilocybin, yeah. I knew I was getting the wrong way around. So they're taking this for different reasons, and they all that's explored through the episode. How was it for you to be in that room while all of this is kind of going on around you?
So, first of all, I should say that there was a lot of negotiation and talks. Obviously, they didn't just say, "Come on in."
Yeah.
I had to sort of build a relationship with the people who run the retreats and sort of get their trust that I was on their side, and the reasons why I personally wanted to make this film and was passionate about the subject. They'd never let anyone in to film before, so they took a bit of a risk on me, and we just got on well. And then there was the additional sort of layer of having to speak to everyone who had already signed up to this retreat and paid money for it, to then say, well, actually, how do you feel about there being a camera in the room and you being filmed for a documentary? And another part of the sort of access agreement, in order for me to film and make a documentary that was a true reflection of the experience, was I had to actually go on a experience myself.
Okay.
So the month before I filmed, so they run monthly, these retreats in the Netherlands. So just to preface all this, magic mushrooms is obviously illegal in this country, but in the Netherlands, it's legal with a few sort of loopholes. You have to eat the mushrooms, the truffles that grow in the ground. You're not allowed to eat the sprouting bodies of the fruit.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. So anyway, what I was doing was completely legal where I was, and obviously cleared by the people I was working for. So I went on a retreat and took a high dose of psilocybin. And yeah, it was wild. It was I wrote a long article for the HuffPost about it. For me, I thought it was such a great opportunity to learn. If I'm going to watch other people go through it, I need to know what it's like in order to accurately portray it. So I did that, and then I had to speak to the people who were on the following month's retreat and say, how do you feel about this? And about half of them were up for it and said, that's fine, great, we want to raise awareness about the subject. And half of them said, no, actually don't want to be filmed. So actually, the people that you see in the documentary are only half of the number of people who were there. Okay. So there's another half that I've edited out who I haven't filmed. But even so, for some of them, it was their first time taking drugs of any kind or being intoxicated. Some of them didn't even drink caffeine.
Wow.
So to trust me to film them in that extremely vulnerable position, and I now know from experience that you just have no control over yourself. Like, it's like experiencing all your emotions that you've ever had all at once. I was streaming tears.
Oh, really?
And it's just crazy. So I basically had to build trust with all of those people, and I think in some respects, when I was there, it was just me filming. And I think a lot of people have in their head that when you say documentary or film crew, there's going to be like 10 of you, and there's going to be all these sort of big, dominating, big burly men. And actually, me as a literal fly on the wall, just kind of in the corner on a long lens, capturing those moments. Everyone was pretty comfortable with that. And as you'll see in the film, like I went to some of their houses beforehand and afterwards, just to see if there was any sort of change, before and after the experience. So yeah.